We're testing every 000 with 100x damage, and these 5 towers don't work, so we're gonna have to figure something out when we get to them. Starting with the dart monkey, now we're gonna start with the normal damage, then go to 10x damage, then test out 100x damage. So let's give this bad Mamma Jamma an MIB and just get to test it. Now, I'm pretty sure I've tested this out before. I think he goes to like, I don't know, round 15, 16, something like that. But we're gonna see because, you know, I want it to be fair for everybody. Alright, yeah, round 16, this is just about what I thought. Now we get to crank this guy's damage all the way from 1 to, okay, not 16, 11, or 10. I really don't know how to read numbers today. We're gonna test this bad boy out. Now look, the Pierce is the same, so if he gets stuck with a lot of group balloons, he gets stuck with them. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'm hoping that because he one-shots all of these smaller balloons, he might even make it to round 40, but let's see. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Round 27 is just one of those where you got so many balloons coming out, and it's like, you can't really do anything, but 3,000 pops is pretty good. But now, for the 100 damage dart monkey, we'll click our way up there. There we go. That's our first 100 damage. That's gonna be pretty freaking scary. Hopefully, again, hopefully this guy doesn't get Pierce capped. I know it gets tricky. He might also die at round 27, but we're just gonna see it through. Oh man, he's really getting Pierce capped at round 27. This is our first 100x damage, and bro's dying on round 27. That's crazy. Alright, now for someone with a little more Pierce, we've got the normal boomerang monkey here. We'll throw down an MIB. Now, this guy at 100x is definitely going to make it further than the dart monkey, but I actually don't remember how far he goes normally. I think it's like in the round 20s or something, so let's see. Wow, he didn't even make round 20. I don't know what I thought I was remembering, but 1,600 pops, I mean, that's half of what the 100x dart monkey got. Now we're gonna up this bad boy to 10 damage. And I don't know, man, I'm really hoping that we can start seeing some Moabs sometime soon, because that'll be pretty freaking cool. Okay, round 27 again, bro. Is this just gonna be the killer round for everybody? I guess we're gonna see with this guy. This is gonna be our 100x damage boomerang monkey, and I'm really hoping we can beat round 27, bro, because it's starting to get a little crazy how freaking tough this round is for 000 towers. That is freaking crazy, bro. Round 27, once again. I mean, I just can't get a break on this round. Now, look, the next tower is the bomb shooter. That's one of the towers that you actually can't upgrade the damage for. As you can see, there's no damage. I can't do multi-shot either, so I think I'm just gonna lower the rate, I guess. That seems fair, right? I mean, I can't lower it all the way, but I'm gonna lower it as much as I can. But of course, we're starting out with just a single normal bomb shooter with the normal rate. Oh, wow, that is, that's pathetic, bro. Round 13? Alright, well, at least I can cheat in a little bit of dough over here and get this guy up. We're gonna try to get it to, so we want to divide this number by 10 to make it faster. So we want, 0.146. So we're gonna try to get it down to 0.14. I think we're gonna get, yeah, 0.16. That's close enough. It's as close as we can get. And now we should notice there's a big difference in how this guy shoots. Oh, yeah, that is completely different. What the heck? Now, it's not gonna be exactly the same as 100x damage. In fact, it's going to be pretty freaking different, but it's the closest that we can get, so we're going to test it through. Well, it's a little embarrassing that right now the broken tower goes the furthest. Round 40, that is really impressive, bro. He's got 5-digit pops over here, but we are going to restart because I really do want to see. We're going to push this guy to his boundaries, right? So I'm pretty sure the lowest this rate can go is 0, but it can only go in increments of 0.5, right? So I can't actually go to 0. This is the lowest I can get, is 0.01, which just happens to be, you know, pretty close to 0.16 over 10. So this is kind of like 150x faster. So we'll give this bad boy his MIB. He's definitely making it past round 40. Oh my goodness, you can see multiple bombs every time he shoots. Oh, this is gonna be a freaking scary dude. All right, let's see how far he goes. Oh, maybe he goes to round 100. I don't know. Wow, that is just freaking crazy. We're on round 40. We just smoked it like it was nothing. I mean, this guy's really not having any problems, which I didn't expect him to. He's definitely not going to have group balloon popping power problems, but once these stronger balloons like, you know, BFBs and ZOMGs come out, I'm excited to see how he handles them, if he handles them at all. Alright, I thought I was being a little stupid when I said this guy could get to around 100, but he got really, really, really close. I mean, what even is that? How many pops does this guy have? 867,000. I think this guy might be the best. I think we already found the best. You can click off the video. Okay, please don't do that. Please leave a like. Or at least watch until the end, because we've got the tack shooter next. Now, I know a lot of people are going to yell at me if I put this guy here, so I think I'm just going to put him here. I mean, this seems to be like the best spot, but he doesn't have range. I don't know. We're going to see how much range he has after I give him an MIB. With an MIB, he can see, well, can he? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll count it. Alright, round 19 for a single tack shooter. You know what? I actually can't complain. That's pretty freaking far. But now we're going to see. I'm going to make sure that I place this in the best spot possible too. Hopefully this range is enough, because we're going to see what happens when he gets 10x the damage. And I think it's enough, right? I mean, it's shooting sometimes. I don't know, dude. The tack shooter is so freaking finicky. Now look, that's the furthest that we've gotten at all with any of the normal towers, is round 36 with 7,000 pops. This guy's almost up to round 40. So we're going to see if I do, and I don't think it's going to be the case because a lot of the time it just boils down to pierce. But if I go ahead and click this damage all the way up to 100x, is this guy finally going to be able to make it to round 40? I don't know. I don't think so, but we're going to see. Oh man, I figured. It's just too many pinks at once for this guy to handle it. I mean, he's only got 8 pierce total. But someone who does have a lot of pierce is actually the Ice Monkey. So I gotta find a good spot to put this. I'm thinking like right here, because then he can kind of get the rebounds that he needs to. Now, I have no idea how this is gonna play out. I also have no idea how this guy even has damage as one of his stats. I thought he would have been like the cannon where you can't do that, but I guess not. So I don't know. We're just gonna take a look at it. I mean, he's a funky tower to play with, especially if you're going for DPS, but let's see, maybe he's one of the best towers and I don't even know it. Okay, well, I don't know if he's going to be the best with that performance. I mean, round 16 is something that we've already passed with other 0-0-0s, but let's see, once we get the damage up to 10x, give myself enough money to get up an MIB, maybe this will be something different, because he is struggling with those single fast fire balloons. But the other question is, even if he makes it up to round 40, how is he going to pop the Moab? Alright, well, it looks like upping the damage by 10x is only getting us 3 rounds further, which isn't very impressive. But here's the thing, if the 100x that I'm about to build up, if this guy can conquer those single super fast balloons, he should be the strongest thus far, right? He should make it up to round 40, at least, you know, legitly, because he's able to handle those rounds like 27 and 36, I think it is 36, that have those really highly dense balloons. Well, so much for that. He died at round 100, or no, round 19. I was going to say 119. We're not there yet, buddy boy. Now, honestly, I feel bad for all of these videos. I feel bad for the glue gunner, because this guy is just, like, useless. You know what I mean? Like, the 0-0 cannot do a lick of damage ever. If I get corrosive glue, I can't really make it corrode faster. I don't think. I don't think lowering the rate makes the balloons pop any faster. It just makes him shoot it out faster, which is cool, but it doesn't make him do more damage. I think I'd have to get like relentless glue or something like that, or even super glue. I might have to get super glue just to make this guy worth it. I'm gonna test it, but we're not gonna count it for anything. Nope. Okay, I gotta go for super glue. And then he still doesn't. Oh, he does do damage, sort of. Well, I still have no way of really changing that. Maybe lowering the rate. Nope. Maybe if I get corrosive glue. Okay, yeah, nope. This guy's a lost cause. Moving on to our boy, the sniper. Now, everybody should have a pretty good idea of what this guy's cons are going to be like right off the bat. I put it on round 9 million on accident. He's going to have a tough time targeting, you know, those yellows and pinks and purples and hell, maybe even these greens that are going to come up on round 5 and 6, or I guess just round 6. Yeah, I can't say more damage is going to benefit this guy much. I mean, dying on round 11, I think is the most pathetic we've had so far besides the glue gunner. And when you're only better than the glue gunner, you got something wrong with you. But we'll up the damage. I guess we're doing 100x, aren't we? And he was just at 2 damage. So we're going to put him at 20 damage because that technically is 10x, right? 20 times 10 is, or 2 times 10 is 20. But I don't think 20 damage, I don't think a million damage is really going to let this guy live much further. I guess we can put him on strong too. That's something we can do. Maybe that's cheating a little bit because I didn't put the other one on strong, but I don't care. This is my channel and you're gonna subscribe, please. Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't meant to be, bro. Round 13, I'm pretty sure this is going to stay the same, even if this guy has 200 damage. That said, we're going to give this guy 200 damage, and it's going to take me a while because my fingers do not click that fast. But there we go, 200 damage. We'll give him his MIB. We'll even put him on strong just to give him the best chances of going as far as he can, but he's already going to be leaking to some of these reds and blues, and it's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, really, what can you do at the end of the day? But now we've got a tower that I'm thinking might have a little bit of potential. I can't put it exactly in the middle, so that's going to tick me off a little bit, but we'll put it as much in the middle as we can. We've got the freaking submarine, baby. And a lot of these guys don't even need the MIBs. It's just helpful for the little bit of extra range, but a lot of them aren't even making it to like lead popping territory. So the MIBs kind of going to waste, but we're just starting off with a normal submarine right now. I'm thinking the 100x submarine, I mean, it has some possibilities. I don't know if it's going to be able to be round 36, but we'll see when we get there. Right now we're on the 1x. And look, the 1x makes it to round 21. That's pretty freaking far for a 1x. So we're going to go ahead and get another inflatable pool. Of course, get another, if I can find the hotkey, another monkey sub. And this guy's going to do 10 damage. Now, I think this has some serious potential because on round 21, the round it was dying to, you're not really facing like a bunch of balloons. You know what I mean? It just kind of leaked because there were too many strong balloons. But now he's stronger than just about every balloon. So let's see. Alright, round 27, I mean, this might be the limiting round for everybody, though. Now, we didn't leak any lives before round 27, so I'm just going to use a continue, because, I mean, who even cares? We'll get this up to 100 damage, and we'll try it again. Okay, yeah, you know, I expected it to be like that, bro. 100 damage really doesn't help when your Pierce is 3. But riddle me this, Batman, if we put down another inflatable pool, what happens when you 100x the Buccaneer, which does have significantly more Pierce because he can shoot out of both cannons, so he technically has up to 10 Pierce. Well, we're gonna have to see in a minute or two because right now we're putting down the MIB and we're just testing out the 1x. We're hoping, obviously, that it beats round 21 because that's what the sub got. By the way, comment down below, what do you like better, the sub or the buck? I don't know, I feel like I used to love the sub way more, but now the buck is kind of growing on me. I mean, it makes a little bit of money, it does a lot of damage, so I don't know, let me know what you think. A singular round further, round 22. You know what? You can't even be mad because this guy did technically beat the submarine, although he did it by very slim margins. Now we're going to get up the 10x damage Buccaneer. Got to give myself a crap load of money. I wish I could just start off with $10 million. In normal gameplay too, not just in these videos. I'm really bad at chimps, so I can use it. But we're going to see, hopefully the 10x, the 10x sub made it to round 27. So we are really just hoping to be round 27, aren't we? Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new round to die on. Round 38, he's dying to yellows and pinks. Okay, you can see in the silhouette, there's a little ceramic that used to be there, and that might go away if this guy gets 100x damage. Lucky him, this guy gets 100x damage, so we're gonna see if this guy can make it up to round 40. This is gonna be the first guy to legitly make it to the Moab, so I'm pretty excited to see what that entails for us, to see how much further than the Moab we can go, if we can even beat the Moab. I mean, there's no guarantee, but let's just see it through. Let's take a look. Oh man, I was excited for this guy. What happened? There's just too many balloons, I guess. I guess they like layered. Also, you heard me stutter. Moving away from the water towers, we've got the air towers. And you know what, the monkey ace, I feel like this guy has a really high chance because if we look at his stats, he has 6 Pierce. He shoots out, I think, 8 darts. So that's 6 times 8, 48 total pierce if a balloon gets really unlucky and gets caught in the crossfire of all 8 of them. Theoretically, with 100 damage, that's 4,800 total damage this guy could do at any given moment. That's a crap ton. So this guy might be the one to make it to round 40, but we're just gonna see. All right, you know what? Dying at round 27, I'm actually pretty proud of that. That gives us great insights as to what the 10x is going to be able to do, because if this guy can insta-pop just about every balloon, there's no saying how far he's going to go. But you know what there is? There is seeing how far he's going to go, and I'm hoping it's further than round 27, because that round is a freaking, I don't like it. Holy crap, this guy actually beat round 40. Oh my goodness, this is the first guy to even get to round 40, let alone beat it. We are making it past round 40 with a legitimate monkey, you know, not with the 100x bomb shooter, because obviously we'll make it with that. But let's see how much further we can go. Now, this is exciting because the 100 damage is actually going to be super better. All right, you know what? I can't complain. Round 50, we've made it halfway to the BAD. That is pretty cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and get up a figure infinite. Oh, I gotta get this guy up to 100 damage. We gotta see how far this freaking dude goes. Now, I know he makes it up to round 40, but I don't remember if he leaks any lives up until then, and that's really important. You know, if I have 199 lives and I leak all 199 of them, I'm dead. But if I've got 200 lives like I do right now, I'm still technically alive, so I'd move on to the next round. So I do want to just be as honest and accurate as I can be with this, because low-key, I wasn't paying attention to how many lives we had. I was just paying attention to how many rounds we can go. Honestly, I am really surprised that we did not die sooner. Round 60 freaking 3 this guy made it up to. Round 63 is a really hard round. I don't even blame him for going down, because the pierce you need for that is crazy. Almost 100,000 pops. Next up, we've got the one and only Heli Pilot. Now, I love this tower. I think it's great, but I have no idea how I'm supposed to, you know, like, target this guy. Do I just do it the whole way? Do I micro it a little bit? Do I just put him on, like, patrol points or something? I don't really know what to do. So look, I think the most fair thing to do is just to lock it in place somewhere that seems like the best option. So we're gonna lock him here, because micro is so freaking finicky and I'm not good at it at all. So I think this is the best place, because, you know, it covers the entrance, it covers the exit, and it covers the middle rebound zone. So we are just gonna test it out. He does have damage, so we are able to actually test it. We're gonna give him an MIB because he might make it to the leads. I mean, the Heli Pilot is a really freaking strong tower, and I'm hoping this guy can make it even further than the Ace Tower at one point. I might even start to micro him with, you know, whatever it's called, like freehand, where he follows my cursor. But I don't know. We're going to see if we make it there. Round 32 is a good sign. That's a really good sign for just a single 1x. All right, so let's get this guy down. We're going to turn him into a 10x damage. Okay, follow mouse. That's what it... I don't know what I said. I think I called it freehand before. But we'll go ahead and get an MIB on this guy. We're hoping... And look, I think he's actually going to make it further than round 32, because I did see him struggling with those group balloons. He just wasn't able to pop all of them, you know what I mean? Because then they layer down from pinks into... well, they were getting hit by 2 darts, so it would go pinks to greens, and then the greens get stuck behind other pinks. You get how it goes. You know how this game freaking works. Holy crap, the freaking 10x beat round 42. Bro, the air towers are absolutely cracked. I didn't expect that. Really, I knew he was going to get past round 32, but I didn't think he was going to be able to take down the Moab. That is crazy. And he's probably going to go, yeah, he's going even further than the 10x ace. He's on round 53. The 10x ace died on round 50. So we'll see. Maybe he even gets to round 63 like the 100x ace did. Just one round before round 63. He goes down at round 62, but you know what? With how many pops? 84,000? That is a pretty freaking good run this guy had. And now we're gonna see how far a 100x damage ace, or nope, Heli Pilot can go. We already saw how far the 100x ace could go, and he went pretty freaking far. Let's see if this guy can beat round 62. At the very least, he would make it to round 63, but he might go even further than that, because he's definitely going to be one-shotting those ceramics that come on round 63. So now we're just going to see, does he shoot fast enough, and are his darts darts piercing enough, I guess? Do they pierce through enough balloons for this guy to make it past round 63? Bro, I know he hasn't died yet, so I shouldn't be yapping, but round 85 without even leaking one life. Dude, look at the spike pot. Okay, well, that's what I get for saying that, I guess. Round freaking 87. All on his own, 600,000 pops. Bro, he's rivaling the freaking cannon, and I cheated on the can. Well, no, I cheated with the can. I didn't cheat on the can. I would never cheat on it, but like, I cheated with the, you know what I mean? I'm gonna continue, and I'm just curious, if I do follow mouse, right, I'm gonna have to speed it up way less than the 25x that I normally do, but 5x should be good enough. Am I able to actually micro this thing such that I beat round 87? And if so, I don't know, that's a little scary. Well, if you ever want to beat round 87, you know, just get yourself a 100x damage heli pilot, you should be alright. But let's see how much further I can go doing this. You know what? Round 91 with just a freaking heli pilot. How many pops is that? 844,000. I can't even complain. Also, my eyes are hurting from staring at the screen freaking microing this guy. I don't know how you guys do that. Now, the mortar is another one of those towers that, you know, we just can't up the damage for. I don't know why. I don't know. But we do have some better alternatives. So right now, we can just go for an absolutely normal mortar. Now, unlike with the heli pilot, I'm not freaking microing this guy to save my life. I do not like mortar micro, and you can go back through over a year and a half of my channel's history, almost 2 years. We're going up on 2 years now. I have never liked mortar microing ever in my life, but we're just gonna play this out and see how far this bad boy goes. Alright, you know what? Round 18 is pretty freaking respectable. You do what you can, you know what I mean? He's only a $400 tower, at least when you first buy him. Now he's 600 bucks because of inflation or whatever. Now, I think I can go for multi-shot, but I don't. Yeah, okay, so I gotta get this blowback thing, which means I gotta put this at 0, or whatever I can. I guess 5. That's cool. I gotta put the chance at 0, and then I gotta put the projectiles at 10. Now, this is basically 10 explosions. You can see the difference. I mean, that looks way more threatening. The problem is it still doesn't really cover that big of an area, so finding a place to put it is still a little bit difficult, where he's going to hit every single, you know, balloon, or at least as many balloons as possible, because right now he's not even hitting the balloons up top, but then when he hits the balloons up top, he's not hitting the balloons on the bottom. So maybe it's like, do I just put him here, and do I just capitalize fully off of him getting balloons that are in this spot to get hit? But then it's like, well, what about the balloons that pass by? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to have the answer. I don't really like mortar monkey microing. I just don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. I didn't give this guy an MIB. I didn't give him an MIB. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know the things he could have done with an MIB? Actually, he probably couldn't have done much, but, you know, yeah, okay, he went one round further. But you know who probably won't just go one round further? The 100x multi-shot freaking mortar monkey with no micro. So many M's. And of course, the guy named Marquise is going to complain about it. Let's get this guy's projectiles all the way up to 100. Now, hopefully, there's somewhere to go where this guy, he attacks everywhere. I'm assuming this works, right? Because the explosions are in the radius. So let's go ahead. Oh, I already have enough money. We'll get an MIB up, and we'll speed this up. Hopefully, this guy's better. Okay, well, he's still freaking leaking, dude. He's still leaking. Maybe I can try just a little bit more down, like a hair more down. But now he's not hitting these balloons. You'd really think, because the explosion is so freaking big, but I guess not. Now on to one of my favorite towers, the Dartling Gunner. Now there's definitely a debate on where to put him. Maybe I could put him here, maybe I could put him here, maybe I could put him all the way over here. Oh, I'm gonna put him here because that makes the most sense to me. Now this guy is either gonna be super duper duper OP, or he's gonna be a little disappointing. So I don't know, I'm excited to see which one it comes out to. I guess I'm gonna mouse micro, but I'm not really gonna do the best job at it, because let's be real, when have I ever done the best job at mouse microing? Like just right there, I could have clutched up a little bit, and I chose not to, because I'm not the smartest person in the world. So maybe I won't mouse micro. Maybe I'll just leave this targeted, like, I don't know, right here. All right, a modest round 19. That's not exactly great. It's not exactly terrible. It's pretty decent. We're going to lock this guy up once again. That's kind of a mean thing to do, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do to make these videos. Give him that MIB and just let him rip. We're hoping for like a round 30 here. I mean, I don't know if round 27 is going to be the easiest, though. I think round 27 is really going to stop most of these guys because it's just round 27, bro. Nobody freaking likes round 27. It's so difficult for no reason. Round 36. All right, this is the other round that's extremely difficult for absolutely no good reason. But you know what? This guy being able to get there with what? Only 10x the damage? That's pretty impressive. That said, this is kind of one of those rounds where if you die at 1x and if you die at 10x, you're definitely going to die at 100x because it's just not a matter of damage. I mean, we've already figured this out. We're finding some reoccurring patterns, which makes sense because a lot of these towers have pretty similar mechanics. But we're just going to let it loose. Hey, maybe we do get to round 36, and if we don't, I am going to try putting him on normal targeting so that he follows my cursor instead of just having him locked at the front, because hey, there might be something there and I don't even know. Alright, I mean, I figured this was going to happen. We're going to continue, and I'm going to give myself 75 lives because that's what we had before round 36. Alright, 75 lives, 25 mana shield, it's 100 lives. It's technically what you get in medium mode. We're going to make sure he's got 100x damage. We're going to put him on normal target. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that was a bad experiment. But I don't know, maybe there's something we can do. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I don't think so anymore. I thought so for a second, but now I don't think so anymore because there's just so many shots that we're going to have to waste because of, you know, like me being a human and having to think that, yeah, we're just not going to be able to beat round 36, not with a Dartling Gunner at least. Next up, we've got, oh my goodness, I dragged him off the screen. We've got the Wizard Monkey, and the Wizard Monkey only has 3 Pierce, so I don't really see this guy being that good. The base Wizard absolutely sucks. They definitely killed him from the tier 2s, except for the Wall of Fire. The Wall of Fire is awesome, lovely, we love it. But we're just going to set this guy out on his little wizardry adventure. We're going to turn him from an apprentice to a real grand wizard. Round 15 is just new. This is, I don't think we've died on this round before, which is not a good thing. Normally, if you die on a new round, you want it to be way above 15, but that's okay. How many pops did he have? 1,000. Okay, at least he got 1,000. He made $1,000 technically. But the 10x damage wizard, you know, it might put up a good, fair fight. It might make it to round 27. Definitely not past round 27, because let's be real. Who are we kidding, ladies and gentlemen? Yup, I mean, there's really not much more math to it. It's just, if it's round 27, it's round 27. Like, you just die. But we will try, I'm going to use a continue here too, because there's not even a point in trying to hide it. But we should also, yeah, we die here, even with a continue, even with more lives, even with 10x the damage, we still die on round 27. But if there's one man that can beat round 27, I don't know, I'm hoping it's the Super Monkey. I don't know if that's going to be true, but we will go ahead and place down an MIB on this bad boy. Soon he's going to have 100 damage, which is going to be really exciting to see. But for now, how far can the 000 Super Monkey go? What the hell? This guy 000 made it to round 38? Okay, hold up. Let's look at the stats real quick. 1 damage and 1 pierce. All this guy does is shoot fast. That's it. That's the only redeeming quality that this guy has, is that he shoots fast. He made it to round 38? I don't know, bro. We might have found our new best guy. All right, let's go to 11 or 10 damage. That's the second time I've said 11 damage. I don't know why that feels so natural. But we're hoping that the 10x damage Super Monkey is going to be able to beat round 40, because I know for a fact he's going to be able to get there. And if he does get there, he better beat that freaking Moab, because if he doesn't, I mean, what type of Super Monkey are you? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm freaking talking about. And guess what? He's got the whole spike pack in the back to spare. Doesn't even need it. Doesn't even think about it. I mean, look, he doesn't even look at it, bro. It's not even in his vision. He doesn't know it exists because it doesn't need to exist. He's just that freaking good. Let's see how much further this bad boy can go. if we get this guy to 100x damage, he might make it to round 100. I mean, look at him, bro. The 10x Super Monkey. Not even 100x. Just made it up to round 87 or 78. That is freaking crazy. Over 250,000 pops. This guy's not even 100x. I cannot preface that enough. That is insane behavior. But there's only one Super Monkey better than the 10x Super Monkey. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 100x damage Super Monkey. We'll go ahead and get up our MIB for this guy. We're just going to skip it all the way to round 40. Because, you know, why would we even need... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, dude. He particle accelerator obliterated that MOAB. That is now a DEAD. It is dead. We are going to see and we are going to hope that this guy makes it further than round 78, perhaps on to round 80, perhaps to round 85, perhaps to round 88, 89, 90, 92, 95, 97, 98, 99, and round 100. We're hoping for it. We're not quite there yet. We're on round 60. I'm going to shut up and stop yapping and let you guys see this. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new record for this video. The Super Monkey has made it to round 94. Now look, I can't say I didn't want it to get to round 100. That would have been awesome. But let's check how many pops he's got. Over 1 million. Oh my goodness. 1.101 million pops all by himself. This sad little 000 is actually probably the greatest, but stick around because we're not done quite yet. On to the Ninja. Now this used to be back in the BTD Battles 1 days. This guy used to be my favorite tower of all time because he just was the best tower. You know what I mean? Like, he was just the strongest. But we're gonna see how far he can go just as a 000. I don't reckon it's that far. Honestly, they did kind of nerf the Ninja Monkey on his own at the very least. You pair him up with an Alk buff and bro, he is absolutely spinning. He is zooted. He is freaking strong. But on his own, he's just not the same anymore. That's what I'm talking about. Like, round 18, look, it's not a bad round to lose on. It's not like I'm saying he's a trash tower now. He just doesn't have the beauty that he once used to. But pause, because that's kind of sus. We're going to get this 10x damage Ninja Monkey up, give myself a crap load of cash, drop an MIB, just let him rip. We're hoping, I don't know, I mean, let's be real. We all probably already guessed it. This guy's going down on round 27, because everybody who has that little of Pierce is just going down on round 27. That's the freaking round to go down on. But we'll see. Maybe he subverts my expectations. Maybe he subverts yours, or maybe he does exactly what we're thinking he's gonna do. Well, it didn't take long for us to be proven right. Round 27. It's just one of those rounds, man. But maybe I'm gonna continue, and we're just gonna see if we put the damage all the way up to 100. Is this guy able to survive? Maybe somehow. Maybe we put him on strong. Oh, he's gonna pop the yellows now, right? He's gonna. Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter how many yellows you pop. You still got greens, blues, and reds. Now, the Alchemist is another one of these towers that we just cannot up the damage for. And this one actually confused me because this guy does do normal damage. He's a lot like a cannon. And I don't know why you can't freaking change the damage. Damn it. Now, I don't know. Can we change the multi-shot? Okay, we can change the multi-shot. So we can do 0 aim cone and then do 10 projectiles. But right now, we're just going to stick to 1 projectile because it's 1 projectile. That's what we're doing. So we got the MIB down. And look, I have decently high hopes for this guy. Even though the Pierce says 1, I'm pretty sure the Pierce is like 8 or 10 or 12 or something. I made a short about it a long time ago, and I do not remember it for the life of me. Because let's be real, why would you remember anything from YouTube Shorts, even if you made them? Okay, round 18. Again, it's the same as the freaking Ninja, which is actually a little surprising, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't even care. Mostly because now we've got 10 projectiles on the board, and this is actually something I'm very curious about. Is this gonna matter at all? Because look, the way I'm doing it, you can see the aim cone says 0, and look, if I up the aim cone, you should see it start to spread out, maybe? Okay, you don't. That's interesting. So if I were to do this on like the cannon or something, it would spread out like a tack shooter. But if I do the aim cone on the Alchemist, it actually doesn't matter. They all shoot at the same spot anyways, which means that this guy is not gonna have great balloon popping power. You know what I mean? Because he's just not gonna be able to hit multiple balloons at once. He's only able to hit the one patch of balloons that he does hit. So I don't know. I'm thinking he might even die at the same round. It's round 18 and okay, he's not dead, so we'll see. Well, we saw indeed. He went 3 extra rounds, which for getting 10x is technically not the worst result we've ever gotten, but it's definitely not the best. But that's not going to stop me from going for a 100 projectile alchemist, which is a really stupid idea. It's not smart to do that at all. You should probably never do that if you have any of these mods installed, because a 100x alchemist is like I don't even know. It's like getting 100x cleansing foam. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you even doing that? 1 was good enough. He's not going to do any damage anyway. But if he does get to round 40, that Moab is going to freaking dissipate. But let's see how far he does go. Well, all that talk just for round 21 to stump him again. You do what you can, and you can what you do. On to the Druid, also known in my head as the Shotgun Monkey. I think he's pretty freaking cool. I'm surprised it doesn't say multi-shot here, because it really should. He shoots out multiple projectiles. But let's go ahead, give myself a crap ton of cash, give myself MIB, and give myself a good start to looking at how far the Druid can go. I think this guy, with a crap ton of damage, he might have some pretty good chances at making it to round 40. Alright, you know what? Modest round 19. He can't be too excited for something like that. I mean, you see it so freaking often. Round 16, round 18, round 19, round 15. It's like, what are we doing? It's the same thing over and over again. But if I do get the damage up to 10x, I don't know. I'm feeling like we're going to be able to beat round 27. And that is something that I am always so happy to do. Matter of fact, we might even beat round 36, which is something I'm even more happy to do. Because round 27 and round 36 are freaking evil rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Dang, that sucks. That sucks a lot. And you know why that sucks? I was really excited for the Druid because he's such a unique tower. But even if we give him 100x damage like I just did, it's just not enough. It's almost enough. You can see it's almost, there weren't that many balloons, but there were too many balloons nonetheless. Last for the magic, we've got the Mermonkey, which he doesn't work as well. So we've got 2 magics that don't freaking work. For magic, they're not very freaking magical, but we do have multi-shot for this guy, so we are going to enable that. Obviously, we'll turn the aim cone to 0 and the projectiles to 1 because we're just testing out the normal Mermonkey, and that's what the normal Mermonkey does. With his MIB, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I haven't played around too much with the new Mermonkey. He's not that new anymore. He's a few months old, but he's still a little new. He's still definitely new in my head. I mean, how the Beast Handler is still pretty new, and that was my first channel profile picture. But we're just going to see how far the 000 Mermonkey go. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea. You know what? I should have put a guess on either round 15, 16, 18, or 19 because these are the rounds that we just die on the most. And you know what? It makes sense. This is when it starts to get a little more difficult. 1600 pops on a Mermonkey. I don't know if that's good or not. I guess it's good. I guess it's all right. But now we're going to up the multi-shot from 0, or I guess 1, because he was shooting out 1 projectile, to 10. Now he shoots out 10 projectiles. Slapping MIB down. Just let him get to work. Okay, yeah, you can see it. That it's supposed to not look like that though. Hold on. Yeah, it's supposed to not spread out as much as it does because I put the aim cone to 0, so it's supposed to like stack on top of each other, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't spread out enough for it to really be that different to anything else. Just a little weird that it actually does that. Like they move away at slightly different angles. Alright, round 26. That is a weird one to die on. That's a round right before round 27, which is a round we normally die on. So I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I don't really know what did it. But now we're going to up the multi-shot to something ridiculous. We're going up all the way to 100 projectiles at the same time. We're going to spawn in some cash, slap down an ace, because that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted an ace. Slap down an MIB, and just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if round 26 is going to be much easier. I don't know why it would be hard in the first place to beat round 26, but maybe we make it past through some miracle. Let's find out. Huh. Okay, well, that's weird. Now, I've been excited for this one for a while, right? We've got the Spike Factory down. I just love Spike Factory only challenges. I've done a few. Some of my most popular videos are about the Spike Factory, and some of my least popular videos are about the Spike Factory. People either really love it or really hate it, and I have no idea what the consensus is, but I love the Spike Factory. So we're going to see how far the 000 can go, but I'm really excited to see how far this 100x goes. All right, round 21. Look, that's a little smidge ahead of everything else, or at least how far everything else normally gets to on average. But now we're going to up the damage. I'm so surprised that this has a damage thing, by the way. I don't know why I'm so surprised, because it seems like everything should have it. But I don't know. It seems a little weird that out of all towers, the Spike Factory's not giving me any problems. But let's get an MIB up and see how far the 10x damage Spike Factory is going to be able to go. Now, it's not going to help with Pierce, as we've seen for just about every single other tower. But it does mean that the 5 spikes that these guys shoot out can do a maximum of 50 damage, and it shoots out quite a lot of these 50s damage spike clusters, whatever you want to call them. So this guy does have the potential to do, like, I think 1,000 max damage or something like that, and that's a lot of damage. You know, I didn't want to admit it out loud, but I kind of knew that round 27 and round 36 were going to play a toll on this guy. No matter how cool he is, no matter how much I think he's awesome, it's round 26 and round 27. So or round 36 and round 27, excuse me. So now we're going to have the 100x Spike Factory damage, and we're just going to see, can this guy actually survive round 36? Oh my goodness, he can't. Oh wait, he can by 1 green balloon. He can. Now, really, if you think about it, if he did have round 27 as well, he would have died. But, you know, that's fine, because it looks like, oh, he's not going to die on round 37. He's going to die on round, oh, he's not going to die on round 38. He's going to, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so look, if you could just get past round 27, if you could just skip it, you know, this guy would technically live to see the Moab. We're not going to go any further than that, though, because he did technically die on round 36, because having 3 lives does not really help. Now, even though he's at the end of the list, we're going to go to the Beast Handler right away, because this guy is broken. There's not really much I can do about it. And I'm just going to up the rate, right? I don't think it's going to be that important. We're going to put him right here because his range is so little. And like I said, I don't want to end on the freaking Beast Handler because it's just my least favorite tower. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. It's just not, I don't know. It's not the tower for me. But we'll let this rip because I do want to be fair. Round 15, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I expected. He's not a good tower. He only costs $200, so he's literally close. So he's cheaper than a boomerang, which in retrospect, that's actually kind of crazy to think about. But now we're going to lower the rate. We're going to try to get it to 0.136, so I think we're going to get it to 0.16. And you know what? That's close enough to 10x the speed for me, right? I don't need to be perfectionist. I wish I could just type in a number and he could do that. I feel like that'd make a lot more sense, but I don't know. We're not on that yet. We're going to see how far this 10x speed Beast Handler can go because, of course, 10x damage is too much to ask for, which I can't complain. It's a really janky, weird tower. Round freaking 38? Are you kidding me? Bro, there's something to be said about how much better speed is than damage. Because if this guy had 10x the damage, I guarantee you he would not be at round 38. He would be stuck at round 27 or something. And honestly, that just makes me a little more terrified for how good the best rate we can get on the Beast Handler, the 0.01 rate Beast Handler can go, because this guy might make it up to like round 90 or something, and then I'm gonna feel bad because I'm gonna have to stare at my monitor and watch as this stupid single 000 Beast Handler makes it further than 95% of every other tower I have just spent the last Lord knows how long testing. Okay, he beat round 40. I accidentally had my microphone muted. That's a bad start, though. Most people do not even make it to the freaking Moab. This guy's popped the Moab. He's on round 50 now. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good at all. Why is this guy on round 55 having no problems? He should have every problem. Matter of fact, he should have 55 problems for round 55. Look, round 60 is about to come up, and this guy's going to obliterate the BFB. What business does he have doing that? Let me just shut up and cry. Oh, wait, never mind. He dies at round 63. I am as excited as I've ever been. I'm as excited as watching the Super Monkey go to round 94 because this guy deserves to lose. That might be a little mean, but I don't care because my favorite tower in the game, the Engineer Monkey, has arrived. Now this guy, oh man, I mean, there's this, it's so interesting because he's not the best tower. He doesn't do the most damage at all, but he's got a charm to him. You know what I mean? There's just a charm there, and you gotta love him. You either love him or you don't care about him. But I love him, and I think everyone should love him because he's such an interesting, weird tower. But we're gonna see how far he goes with the 0-0-0. He's got a good amount of pierce and a good amount of rate. Like, he shoots pretty fast. So I'm thinking he might not get stuck on rounds 27 and 36 once we start up in the damage. But until then, he dies on round 19, and you know what? That's fine. That's fine with me. He's still my favorite. Let's up the damage to 10, and we got to get an MIB on this bad boy. I feel like the hotkey changed, so now I've been pressing F7 instead of F6. That's a little thing, but I keep trying to do this, and then I give myself too many lives, so that's not fun. But we've got an MIB with this 10x damage. We're hoping that we can make it past round 19, past round 27, at least past round 36. Even if we don't make it to round 40, I know if we make it past round 36 that the 100x damage engineer is going to make it to and past round 40. So we just gotta fingers crossed, hope for it. I want to see this guy succeed. That feels like a slap in the face, but there's only 3 or so red balloons here, so I'm going to continue. I wasn't even paying attention to how many lives we had, honestly, but I'm just going to up the damage, and I'm going to see if this guy can beat round 27 with the damage upped. Oh my goodness, he can't. Oh my goodness, he can't. End the video, end the video.